This is Club 501, brought to you by William Hill, hosted by me, Wayne Mardle. Now, I'm going to be talking to stars of sports and entertainment, just having a general chit-chat and having fun. If you would like to be an honorary member, please like and subscribe.
Me and Phil, didn't take us prize money so they could use it to keep afloat. If I had the opportunity, I'd play exactly the same as Luke Humphries, Littler.
Right.
And he can be top of the tree for 10 years.
Yeah.
He'd be worth more than David Beckham. I didn't do as good as I ought to have done. And she'd got piano teeth, one black, one white. He ended up getting more money out on it than me because we shared again. We shared.
You were like, right, don't muck around. I would be muck around and hit it. I have the absolute pleasure, the legend that is Menace Priestley with me today.
Thank you.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, as well as can be expected. Old age and poverty. That's
Poverty, really?
Well, old age more than poverty, maybe. I'm stretching that one a little bit.
So, are you still having a little chuck every now and again?
No, I've not played for 3 years.
Oh wow!
It'll be 3 years in November.
Right. I
did my last one for Odders, Huddersfield.
Right. Okay.
There's quite a few Odders.
Well, we'll see how the chuck and the chat goes. But I know that you're 74. To give you the good news, in 26 years you'll be 100. Hey!
Yeah. A message from a king.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But how did you get into darts and when was it?
Well, I didn't start playing until my mid-20s because it was where I came from. It was just the double board, no trebles.
Right.
So it's called Yorkshire board.
Yeah. And
I played in the panel games on a Monday, which I still do actually, but I don't play darts. But they were short at darts, so I just made them up, and I was hitting 45s and 60s, right, just as good as them what were serious. So, and that's how it came about. So
you had no kind of inclination to play when you was a kid or even as a teenager?
No.
Oh wow.
No, nothing. No. And then on Monday I got better playing on Mondays, and then somebody from another team said, come and play with us on a Tuesday. So I ended up playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So the darts bug bit you once you got involved in
everybody, once you showed a little bit of talent, they all wanted you to play in their team.
And I'm assuming you got good pretty quick.
I got my first set of tungstens, like I said, in mid-70s. Just played locally with everybody, and then I got picked to play for a county like you did. I think that was 83 or 84. Then I got a little bit better and I got picked for England.
Just a little bit better, mate. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about all this, but just as an intro, I did not know you started so late. I had zero idea about that. What we're going to do, we're going to have what I like to call a chuck and a chat, basically. Yeah. We'll have a throw, and during that time, we'll have a chat about darts and your life in general.
No, all right? No problem, Wayne.
So let's crack on, pal.
Go on, I'll follow you then. Show me how it's done. Last time I played you was City West, 2008.
Yeah, I remember that. No offence then, I hated playing you.
2008, and... I just had a month of radiotherapy, and they put me on at midnight.
Look, it was one of those periods where, because we have to talk about it. It was a period that you were unwell. I'm playing you in what I think was like the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals, yeah.
And everyone had so much respect and love for you, and you just come back like you said. And I found that game one of the most difficult games I've ever played, because
I can understand.
I want to win, but I don't want you to lose. And the worst thing about you, right? This is the worst thing. This is a positive, is that not only are you slow, you're very good. And that's the problem. Being slow and rubbish is absolutely fine. Slow and good is the worst combination. So slow, good. I'm playing a man that I respect so much, and I'm worried about his health. And we know you'd had a tough time then. Yeah. How are you now, anyway?
Good, yeah. I mean, obviously, like I said, it was 07 when I got diagnosed.
Yeah.
And I lost in World Championship very early. So then I had the prostate removed in.
And you're an ambassador for prostate cancer,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
But we're going to put a link in the video for anyone.
To highlight prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Any symptoms at all, guys, don't be shy.
Yeah.
Can be a little bit embarrassing, but don't worry about
cares,
that.
Eh?
Who cares if you get in early for diagnosis, then you'll beat it. I mean, touch wood, I'm living proof that 15 years on, I'm still here to talk about it.
Yeah, it's important to do so. But anyway, let's talk on more positives, right?
Yeah.
1991. You make your debut in the BDO World Championship, 1991.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I knew of you before then because
county scene.
Essex playing Yorkshire. There was you, Glenn Hackett, Bimbo, Ickling, the Barry Balaban. There was the names and the players.
Yeah.
And there was a few of us back in the day that were like, if you're going to have a punt, you might want to have a little tickle on Dennis at 40s.
Yeah.
But you were 40 at the time, weren't you?
I was 40. Yeah, I was 40 years old.
You hit the ground running at the age of 40. Now, if you look on like today's darting world, it's like you're ready to hang up your darts at that point.
Yeah. Well,
so you started when you were kind of in mid-20s, but by the age of 40, was that peak Priestley? 91, 92, 93, 94?
The one I was disappointed with, I mean, obviously I got into the 91 Embassy 22nd place. I want a wild card or anything like that. I did actually get in with just
you qualified,
enough points. And I looked at the draw and I got a semi-finalist loser, what automatically came back.
Right, okay.
If you made last 8, Embassy in them days, you're automatically back, and then they added 24. Magnus Carris, I played.
Right. From 93,
I played him. I won 3.
Sorry, from 90. Apologies.
I won 3-0. Then I had to shoot off back home because we were in the throes of buying a paper shop.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I played on the. I don't know whether I played on the Saturday afternoon or something like that. Shot up north to be with Stocktaker.
Because you were a coal merchant before that.
Yeah. I wanted something a little bit.
Because you were as fit as a fiddle, right?
Well, I'd like to think so.
You were.
Yeah. I mean, muscle tone is a big thing as well for playing darts. I mean, it's muscle memory as well. Yeah. Anyway, I shot back up north. Was with the Stocktaker until 10 o'clock at night. Got up next morning and drove back down to Lakeside, and I played on the Monday. I played Bobson Eve from Canada. Lovely ride through again, 3-0. I thought this is okay, but I did look at draw and I knew I got Phil Taylor in the quarters if I won my first 2 games. Yeah. So I knew that was the hurdle to get to. Yeah. But my goal was to win the first 2. I'm in the last 8. I'm coming back next year, aren't I then?
Of course.
That was a big thing.
Of course.
And I'm 3-1 down, and I fought back to 3 apiece, and I took some really big finishes out, and I got through. There's nothing to be frightened of. I've beat Bob before. I can do it again. Yeah. It's just the world stage what might beat me. Yeah. So I got through 5-2 there, and then I got through to the final, and who should be in the final was Kevin Kenny from Liverpool and Eric Bristow. Yeah. Well, Kevin Kenny, we were sharing rooms.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, you didn't have a room apiece. We had to share. So it could have been roommates playing each other. In fact, anyway, it's history. Eric won, and then I played Eric in final.
And you beat him 6-0. 6-0, which...
I went off for the break at 5 sets, and I'm telling my son back at stage, this is just like a county game now. Yeah. You've won game. Yeah. And Eric
win 3 legs of any 5.
And Eric came back and he only won his 3rd leg against me.
Right.
And it was, I think it was 11 or 12 darts. I thought, big fight back here maybe. Anyway, I put it to bed 3-1.
Your rise, I remember John Lowe saying something that I was like, I'm not sure this is actually right, but John Lowe said, I played Dennis a few weeks ago and he was just the County A player, now he's a world champion. And it's like, you were way better than that. Always way better than that. But from watching as a kid, and no offence, I was a youngster. I was a teenager watching you. Yeah, I'm that young. Yeah, I wish I felt that young. And there was something that stuck with me, and something that I think has changed the game. Right now, I'm going to try and do it. Is that every time then you put a little? I can't even hit a low one. Oh, look at this, Dan. To be honest, have you seen all this happening? Have you? Hi there. Hi. What I was going to say that this dance is so simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, you know when you put your low one in, Dan.
Yeah, me cover.
Right.
Yeah.
The treble eight, I can't even put it in.
I just thought it was so much easier to not shift your eyeline.
You changed the game. I think you changed the game for a lot of people, because all of a sudden, and you're 100% right, it was like a pandemic of 54 hitters.
You were losing 3 points, weren't you? That's all you were losing.
Yeah.
You know, it was nothing.
Do you remember what you took out to win that world title?
I do. And I was back at Eric. Eric was throwing, and I won 101.
That's it.
And I'm thinking, don't beat about bush here. Don't go like 3 sets at double, or if you got, because Eric were like still in 200 or something like that. So I hit me treble 20, single 9, double 16, and you know it was just perfect.
But I think this is different, and I know it's a difference, by the way, because you've won world titles and I haven't. Right? If I've played in big games, I used to get excited at that point. You were like, right, don't muck around. I would be muck around and hit it. That would be my thought. Would be like, right, get this, and then who knows?
Yeah.
But I didn't know what was going on. You had even every game I've kind of ever watched you, it was measured. You never lost it, did you?
Well, it was the age thing, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd have been like if I'd have been, you know,
Fair
winning
point.
it at 21 instead of 41.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I might have been a right pain in the arse.
I very much doubt it. Going back to your first win, is 11 gram darts right? It's been documented you won with 11 gram darts. 11 gram is like...
Well, it's not much more than stem and flight,
It's not much more than that,
and
no.
point.
No.
But no, it's a true fact.
11 grams.
I didn't know there were 11 gram until they wanted to weigh them.
So...
I thought they're not going to take World Championship off me because I've got 11 gram.
So what were they? Like a copper tungsten? They couldn't have been just tungsten.
Copper tungsten.
Right.
That's what they was using at that particular time. Then
it was either copper or nickel, right?
Yeah, it went to nickel, didn't it? Because they kept shiny in shop. You know. So you were using 11 grams. You used to cut your own little grooves in, didn't you? Well, they set off at 26 gram.
26?
So over the period of a few years, they lost 15 gram. And like you said, I put the grooves back in with a file and drill.
To lose that amount of grammage is just ridiculous.
Well, a big thing with my throw and my darts, my point had to be a nice, certain length, because I held it there.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Littler's got it down to a fine art with that long point.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that a long point would benefit.
Yeah.
Because there's more space when it's
takes out the barrel covering the treble.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever you're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them playing with long points. When we used to go to America regularly, they seemed to like try different things. Yeah, and I saw the long. I thought it's a great idea, but unfortunately, I couldn't take it up because I rested it on my finger.
There's a lot of players that I draw mine in with the point. Just it makes it feel comfortable-ish. Yeah. You mentioned America there. Now, back in the day, the prize money was horrific, wasn't it? It was a hobby, right? It always starts off as a hobby, but I got the back end of it where I won the Danish Open. It just about paid for the weekend, but it qualified me for the World Championships. Yeah. You guys kind of before that were going to America for 2 weeks. If you didn't win tournaments, you went home with nothing.
No, you were out of pocket, definitely. I mean, obviously when the split happened, we had to use America and Canada to get a ranking system.
Yeah.
So that's why we went to Chicago, Boston, Vegas, LA. You know, I know it sounds.
It
lovely.
sounds glamorous, right?
Yeah.
I've said this to Donna. It's not glamorous, wife.
No, you know, you get there on the Friday. You go, you know, jet lagged, and you go register for a couple of tournaments on Friday night.
Yeah.
Might be a mixed pairs or a men's pairs cricket or a men's pairs 501. Then you sat on Saturday. You probably play 4 lots of different games.
Yeah.
And it was
all to earn a couple of quid.
Yeah.
All to make it profitable.
Yeah. So I mean, hence you get a partner and you say, oh, we're sharing for the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, me and Phil Taylor, we paired up. And
why did you decide to share with Phil, of all people?
well, he asked me.
He asked you.
Yeah. Well, I was the better player then.
Correct.
You know, so that
if I sounded like he asked you, then that sounded flippant. I don't mean it that way. But you were the best player from 91 to 95?
Yeah, I probably started losing it 95, 96, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're being harsh on yourself. I don't know if you lost it, but you beat Phil. You beat Eric 6-0 in the final and Phil 6-1 in the final in '94. It's been spoke about for the last few decades that there would have been another, call it 10 world champions if Phil hadn't existed. Well, he did exist and he sorted us all out mostly, but not you. But he did stop you winning a bit.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
So he stopped you. When I said a bit, I was kind of like underplaying it a bit. But there was like it was a friendly relationship, but also a bit of a rivalry as well. It was to me, being from the outside, it was like a bit unclear. I was like, I know they get on, but it wasn't like jokey.
Yeah. It was always Phil what suggested us sharing in finals.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't alter things until the 2000 final. I said,
right.
Oh, let's have so much, and then when it were after, it would just didn't half properly. So we'll play for so and so.
Right.
And a friend of mine, Mick Priestley, says you'd play better if you didn't share.
Yeah.
You know.
So do you think it was ever mind games with Phil or not?
Oh, we were good at that game, mind games.
But with you?
Yeah.
Because I would assume, having played you over the decades with Chivers, that if I didn't try mind games, I never had it in me, I didn't want to, didn't feel the need.
No.
I wouldn't have played around with you anyway. It was you'd have told me to go away. But
yeah, you knew what he was doing, Phil. I think, looking back, I wouldn't have let him get as close to me.
Oh, really?
And then it would have made me,
right,
more determined, I think.
So
I let him get too close.
What, friendship-wise?
Yeah.
Do you think
really.
there needs to be like barriers up between players? And I don't mean like between two players that are just like 60 and 61st in the world. I mean like 1 and 2. Do you think there needs to be that? No, he's my absolute
enemy.
Yeah, he's my enemy, and he needs to remain that way. Because we all need to get on to a certain point.
Yeah,
don't we?
but I could never get that motivation going. Whereas, I want to not kill him, but I want to.
But you want to win.
I want to grind him into ground. And, yeah.
So, if you did have your darting time again, what I've just taken from that is that you'd throw quicker and not listen to Phil.
You'd no option, but the very first 2 sets of darts what was thrown for the World Darts Council at that time was me and Jockey.
Right.
I went 140 and I thought, oh, that's a great start. Jockey followed with a 180.
Did he?
Yeah, so the very first 6 darts thrown were 180, 140.
Because the split we have to talk about is there's a lot of people that will be watching this that's like they've never seen darts in the BDO because they're new fans. The BDO, the British Darts Organisation, call it Ollie Croft, it used to be the NDO before that, started off darts effectively, and it was great until it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Then the World Darts Council started with Dick Alex and
Tommy Cox.
And Tommy Cox were the
John Raby was a big influence.
And John Raby, instigators in the breakaway with the players.
Yeah.
Was that time difficult?
It was traumatic, to be fair. All the bluster and everything what was coming our way from the BDO through different sources.
Yeah.
You lose your house, we take you to court, and you know, obviously you've got your wives at home giving it that in your ear. Do you think you're doing the right thing? I mean, I think that's the reason why Mike Gregory went back. He didn't, you know, his wife was in his ear. Don't want to lose us, you know. So
which is fair enough.
Well, it's fair enough, yeah.
If your livelihood and your actual home is at risk, because I believe a lot of you were in a similar situation.
Yeah, we was all in the same. Yeah. You know, it was really difficult. I actually went to a county game. And to take the trophies back what I'd won back, you know, while Yorkshire season was on.
Yeah.
And I had 2 or 3 trophies, and they wouldn't even let me in club to bring them back.
Yeah.
Somebody had to come to car to get them, and well, it was a shocker.
Yeah.
When I opened the boot of the car, they'd been sliding all over, and they were all broke.
Oh no!
And I said to Guy, I forget who came to pick it. I says, honest to God, I've had these repaired because they were damaged before. Yeah. And they was in perfectly good condition.
Dear. Yeah.
And they were like, they were shattered all over back at.
Were you believed? Did they believe?
I don't know whether they believed me or not. I didn't care. But that was just an instance that I couldn't even take the trophies back.
Yeah. So going forward with the PDC. It became apparent that Barry Earn might have been, was he the game changer? Was Barry Earn the one that was like, do you know what, guys, we did the right thing here? Yeah. Because before that, it was hard work, right?
Well,
there wasn't that much money involved.
Me and Phil, you know, didn't take us prize money so they could use it to keep afloat.
Well, I did not know that.
No,
for when? How long was that? How long did that go on for?
Oh, quite a bit. We didn't get us prize fund.
What? Just you two?
Virtually, yeah. I don't think anybody else offered.
Wow.
But we did, and as soon as Barry came in and we had that meeting at Blackpool, he says, "I'll pay all the debts off." So he paid me and Phil off, and because we put most into it, the other 12 players got 200 shares. Me and Phil got 600 each. Right. You know, I mean, looking back in hindsight, keeping them 600. Yeah. You know, I'd be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, of course.
At last I heard they were going at £4,000 a time, and they were valued at 50 quid at time. Right. But you know, he said, if I can't put things right and get you running at you know, better TV coverage and all the better prize money, within a couple of years, he says, I'll hand it back. Oh wow! You know, so he went on and did what he did. Right.
You're known for being kind of quite methodical, then. What do you make of today's play? The speed of today's play. Do you think it's like?
If I had the opportunity, I'd play exactly the same as Luke Humphries, Littler. Right. Like we spoke earlier, I think Adrian Lewis was the first one what made it look simple and fluid. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have played like that. It's better than me stood here like this, like that, waiting while my hand stopped going up and down like that, or shaking like hell. Yeah. I mean, it'd be better. It's always either better if you're going. I don't know how they pick it. I don't know how they pick them out of their hand that fast.
Well,
hey up, 2 balls.
I used to throw a bit quicker than you, but not exactly a speedster.
I mean, Phil Taylor weren't fast.
No.
I got it rammed down my throat that many times. Oh, you take 17 seconds. And I think Phil Taylor were 12 or 13 seconds. I said, what's a couple of seconds between friends? It's not, is it?
You mentioned Jockey earlier. Oddly enough, I've never been in the same room as him. I'd never met him, unfortunately. I joined kind of the BDO doing the tournaments. He joined the PDC. Yeah. I joined the PDC, and he packed up. Yeah. What was he like? Was he a lunatic?
No, he wasn't a lunatic at all. You just got to, if he'd lost, you just got to leave him alone. Right.
Like a lot of us.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are saying, but obviously they'd go to him straight away, come and do this, come and do that, and he'd tell him to F off. And I mean, the first time I probably came...
Would it be a polite F off?
Not really. We were playing Jersey Open, and we're coming back from the toilet, and we're walking across the basketball arena or whatever, And this little boy and his mother came up and, Mr. Wilson, jockey, would you say? And he just turned around and said, no, you can. And I thought,
Wow.
my God, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I made, in '89, I made News at World Finals at Hammersmith Odeon.
Yeah.
And jockey lost first game.
Right.
And we're in the changing rooms at back, and there's a settee and there's a freestander like this, and we're practicing. And he's sat on settee, and there's kids on that at stage door type of thing, and he's telling them to F off again.
Wow.
So I couldn't hold my tongue any longer. I says, jockey, I says, you shouldn't treat people like that. I says, it's not on. Who are you? You're nobody. I says, I know. I'm nobody. I says, but I wouldn't treat people like that. Anyway, I'm practicing away, and then within about 10 minutes, he comes to life again. He says, you're right, Junius, you're right, I shouldn't. And that was our first meeting. And then the other time...
So he won you over there, kind of thing? Or did he? Did he not?
No, he didn't win me over, but I thought, you know, even... With same age, actually, same month and year and everything. And I think he learnt a little bit of something there as well, which is needed to do.
Yeah.
And he didn't treat people like that, but... Then another time, it was the first World Championship, '91.
Yeah.
You know, like the big room, piano rink corner, you know, where hotel was. And he's done some rendition of a song. Then he says on mic, he says, I'm going to tell you who's going to win the World Championship. He says, Menace Priestley. Well, I'm stood at bar having a drink with lads and that, and then one of them went, does he hear what he just said? He says, you're going to win it. And, you know, and it was right.
He knew.
Yeah,
he knew.
Yeah. We partnered up in Laughlin. Well, in Laughlin,
I don't know where this is going, but it's making me laugh.
It makes me laugh. I mean, I've heard it all before, but anyway, he sat at bar, and the bar must be, I don't know, 4 foot wide with machines.
Yeah, the tabletop poker.
So apparently, he's fell off the stool. And he's bounced up like a coil spring and tried to smack kid back at bar. I mean, bar's 4 foot wide. He says, you pushed me off stool. Well, we're playing pairs at 10 o'clock and he's absolutely rat arse.
Oh, wow.
And so we're trying to get coffee down.
When you say 10 o'clock, you mean AM?
Yeah, AM.
AM, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it right.
Trying to get coffee down anyway, we lost first round.
Surprisingly.
So all I can assume is when we got to Vegas eventually, we're playing pairs again, and we get to like quarter-final stage win. And you remember a guy called Tony Payne?
Yes. Yeah. Was he a priest?
No, he was named properly because he always gave jockey a load of
He used to throw like that.
And
hell of a player.
We won the game, and jockey took double out. He says, didn't I do well? He says, I didn't react. He says, he always gets me going. I've hit the double. He says, but I'm shaking like a leaf. Can you buy me a drink? He hadn't got a penny. He must have lost all lot in Laughlin.
Oh wow!
He hadn't got a penny. So we got a couple of bottles of beer down him, and we went on and won pairs, me and jockey. You know, and the other tale I was told about him. He was sharing with somebody, and he opened his suitcase, and all the one in this great big suitcase was a pair of socks and some underpants. The whole hotel's with sounds on it.
Well, at least he had something.
Yeah.
Because there's some that travel with nothing.
Definitely can't. We played each other in final at Antwerp Open.
Right.
He ended up getting more money out on it than me because we shared again. We shared. And I said, what are you doing now? Are we going to celebrate? He says, no. He says, I'm going up to my room. Because he knew he'd get himself into bother.
Okay.
I says, come out with us. There were me, my son, and some of Yorkshire lads. I says, well, make sure there's no bother. So first place we went into, it was as rowdy as hell in Antwerp. And the song what was on was, Who the Flipping Heck is Alice? Yeah. Well, as soon as that part come up with a swore, the barmaid started effing and blinding it, and she got piano teeth, one black, one white. and Jockey, he says,
Jockey was there?
Jockey, well,
I thought we weren't going out.
He give me some rib, like, he says, it's a bit rough in here, Dennis, isn't it? I thought, well, I mean, he's been in some rough places up Scotland, but
wow.
Talk about, we had a great time, actually.
So with him and Eric, sadly both passed. With him and Eric on the same tour at the same time would have been Look, it's an education, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It would have been amazing.
Definitely. I mean, I had me bust up with Eric, and we ended up good friends in finish.
Who didn't?
And we only were talking yesterday about when I was in the Premier League, our small summit venues were, you know, like Reading, Blackburn, even Blackpool, and it was the Reading one. It must have been in April because that was Eric's 50th birthday.
Yeah.
And we caught each other's eye, and I says, "Many happy returns, Eric." 50-year-old. He comes up a minute after and says, "You never thought I'd make 50, did you, Dennis?" He said, "You'd have thought somebody would have killed me or I'd have drunk myself to death." I says, "Fair dues." You know, anyway, we ended up friends.
Do you think that Littler Luke Littler as a teenager is going to go on to amazing things? Like I'm just putting like 4 or 5 world titles out there. I know we don't know.
That's it.
I know we don't know.
It's such a young age. I mean, anything, it can go one way or the other. It's a flick of a switch.
Yeah.
I just hope, I mean, I don't know his parents, I don't know his friends or anything like that, whether, you know, they'll keep him grounded or...
Yeah.
But if they keep him grounded and he, you know, he can be top of the tree for 10 years, it'd be worth more than David Beckham.
Because, imagine that. Imagine that. Be a billionaire. We have a similar theory about this, and it's quite odd that you mentioned 10 years. We both think that it's hard for any player to be at the top for any more than 10 years.
That's right.
You've always had that.
I've always mentioned that.
I've always said this.
Steve Davis, a decade, you know, Henry at snooker.
Yeah.
Most even Eric.
Yeah.
Can you know, a decade is very difficult to be.
Phil was just the absolute outlier, and it's made everyone believe that that's the norm. Phil Taylor he's not the norm, is he?
No.
He's not the norm. Do you look back at your career and think, right, I've won 2 world titles, I've won so many other events. I know the match play got away from you, which is, I don't get it. I don't get how I don't get it. I don't get how you never won a world match play. But do you look back on your whole career and think that was a brilliant career, 2 world titles, or do you think there was a few that went missing there?
There was a few,
right?
Definitely.
And that's how you feel.
Yeah, that's how I feel there.
Right.
I didn't do as good as I ought to have done.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
As a 2-time world champ.
Definitely. Like I said, I feel that if I were ever going to win one, it was 93.
Yeah.
I went into the first one for World Arts Council in 94, never expecting to win. I hadn't shown any form. I'd been poor all season, really. So it just shows you, you know, you can go in with all that confidence, hardly getting beat through a full year, and then go to one and, you know, you're not feeling as if you're going to do anything.
Yeah.
And I just got better each game we played.
I find it, like, obviously I didn't get to be a world champion, but I find it so interesting that so many world champions see it differently. As in, I'm sure if you talk to Phil, it's like 16's amazing. John Part, I know, feels that 3's amazing. 2 is like, no, it's
not enough.
Just not. You were better than that. Yeah. You felt that.
I felt I should have done better.
Right.
Definitely.
That's it's very honest of you, Bob.
I've always been honest with myself. When I've been rubbish, you know, I always tell myself that, you know, you've been very poor and, you know.
Well, I don't want to be poor now, because what's going to happen, we are going to have some kind of challenge. But I don't know what yet.
Right.
We've got to sort it out. But you'll show your class, no doubt. Just don't beat me, all right? Thanks, pal. It's a changing game. We normally have a couple of legs and what have you, but we're going to do something different today. Right, 15 darts each, bullseyes and 25s. Right. That's all that counts. So a bullseye is worth 2, a 25 or semi-ball is worth 1.
Yeah.
So you can get the most points.
Half a ball's 1 point.
Half a ball's 1 point.
First year down in Ireland, bowled up, and it was 25, and the guy says, half a ball. And I said, all right, it's true, though.
Did you ever witness, I think this is hilarious, did you ever witness Peter Manley play Dennis Ovens in Vegas?
No.
Right, the bullseye to see who throws first.
Yeah.
First to 5 legs. That was all it was.
Yeah, 301, wasn't it?
No,
Vegas.
No, this was for the Desert Classic.
Oh, right, yeah, got
First
you.
round.
Yeah, right.
First round. So Peter Manley's give it 25, Dennis 25. And then it's the other way round. Dennis bullseye, Peter Manley bullseye. The other way around. Peter Manley bullseye, Dennis Ovens bullseye. 25, 25, ball. Peter hits a 25, Dennis goes outside. Peter gives it, you can go first. It went on for about a fortnight. So why would you do that? He went, I just thought it was funny. So why would you do He lost the game.
Yeah.
He lost the game. What an idiot. Anyway, he ended up winning the Las Vegas Desert Classic. That's why it ended up being good. Right.
Go on then, you're first.
Right. Have a good game, pal. And I'll tell you what,
Try
it's
my
a
best.
pleasure to shake your hand again.
Try my
Right.
best.
Here we go. So only balls and 25s. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're struggling for
I was reaching there, haven't I?
Yeah, struggling same as me.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that would hit bull, that one.
It's hard to get above it, pal, isn't it? Get in. Yeah, one.
Yeah, one. We're off and running.
Two.
Do-do-do.
Oh, what an awful dart, isn't it? Oh.
Still one. I didn't expect
Second
anything
dart.
else.
Oh, where did he go so far away? 4. You put some oomph in that first one.
Oh, still none. Still one.
Still one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 2. What's that? 6?
6, yeah.
6 after 12.
I've got to get 3 here at least.
Back in the day, this would have been appalling. This is masterful today.
No, you can tell I've not played for a long time. Oh, I've got one.
Hey!
2. Not bad.
I'll tell you what, I know
12
that
darts.
because you haven't literally not thrown for 3 years. To actually reach, you're doing a hell of a job.
My back's telling me as well.
Another 2. 8. I think that's 8 in 15.
3 balls wins it then. All right then. 3 ain't bored.
Why didn't
mate.
you go for it?
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought so, would you? I would have probably still been on circuit exhibition wise if Trevor had still been alive.
Yeah, of course.
That was thing.
But look, that was
hard work.
Look, let me tell you, I'll take any win at darts over Dennis Priestley. Thank you, pal. Thank you, mate.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Right, Den. It's this part of the show. Right. 9 darts. Score as many as you can. 290 is winning it. It's decent. It's modest.
Yes.
That's Adrian Lewis. 290 to beat. 9 darts.
I'll be happy with 90.
I think 67's the worst. Emma Payton.
67.
I love mentioning Emma because
Get
it's
67, Dennis.
Right,
Get
beat 67. Right, I was going to say take your time, but I know you will.
Oh,
I'm only kidding,
a
pal.
little
Come on.
dig.
Come on.
Right.
Go on, pal. 9
Game on.
darts.
So you get it dart from one hand to other. It's not as easy as it used to.
41.
Not as easy as it used to be.
You just lose everyone loses their
I know,
rhythm, don't
Brian.
they, if you don't play?
Am I going straight after each other?
Yeah,
Or are
yeah.
you all right?
No. I scored 180 when I had a go. 360s.
You wouldn't have thought I'd thrown the dart, would you?
45.
In my life. Is that that's more than 67
yeah,
anyway?
You've hit 86 so far, pal. $41.
Oh, 130 is it?
127. Dennis scores 127, but when you're a two-time world champ, who cares about those 9 darts? Den, it's been my absolute pleasure. You are not a member of Club 501, hosted by me, Mardle, until
what?
you sign the
right.
Wall of Fame. Thank you for watching Club 501, brought to you by William Hill. For all the latest episodes, all the latest competitions, and the fun to be had, please like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, over 18s only, please gamble responsibly.